Hey, this is 春天了。Have you ever heard the story about pearls? Maybe you studied years ago in school. Maybe this is your first time hearing about it. But today I'm going to experience this classic story together. Welcome back to the channel. This is the China series, episode 29, live 21 for the story The Pearls. Recently, I found some old English book I studied years ago, and one story immediately brought back memory. The Pearls by John Steinbeck. Back then, I was learning English word by word, sentence by sentence, trying to understand stories like this one. And today, opening this book again, feeling almost like traveling back in time. So in today's live stream, we will read together, practice English naturally, improve listening and pronunciation, and talk about the deeper meaning behind the story. This live stream is not about just English. It is about memories, learnings, rediscovering books that stay with us for years. So whenever you are watching from, welcome. Grab a drink, relax, and enjoy the atmosphere. And if you enjoy Calm English Study live streams like this, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. All right, everyone, let's begin with a Pearl by John Steinbeck. So let me see. Welcome to John. Let me know where are you watching from. Comment in the chat. And if you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Let's start. This story, I learned it when I was in school, very young, and I read it word by word. So comment in the chat. Have you ever read this story? It is a famous story. And before we get into the story, I'm going to introduce the author. He's a very famous author, and he won the Nobel Prize. That's why I introduce you this story and the author. The author's name is John Steinbeck. He was born 1902 and died 1958. He's a famous American writer who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1962. And I read his novel word by word, sentence by sentence, long time ago. Hopefully I don't forget what I have learned long time ago. and John Steinbeck. He is the best remembered. He is the best remembered for his novel, The Grape of Wrath. Have you ever heard this novel? And his other work include Tortilla Flat in 1935. Of Mice and Men was written in 1937. Moon is Dawn in 1942. And East of Eden in 1952. Now we come to the pearl, from which this text is taken, is Parable, published in 1948. It's nice to introduce you this story and the famous author who won the Nobel Prize in 1962. Now, once you know the background, it let you know it is not the normal author, normal writer. He's a very famous writer in America, and the Pearl is one of his masterpieces. Oh, I see somebody here. I see Andrea. Hi, Andrea. And the other one is Adula. Hi, Adula. Nice to see you. And comment in the chat, where are you watching from? And this is a famous American writer, and this is a part of his story was written um, was published in 1948. So I cannot wait. Let's go to the story. Kino and his pearl. After John Steinbeck, it was written by John Steinbeck. Kino, a pearl fisherman, found a very large pearl. It was as big as an egg and very beautiful. He set out for the nearest town to sell it. He needed money urgently to get medical help for his baby who had been stung by a scorpion. So this first paragraph introduces the background of the fisherman. And his status, he's a poor fisherman, found a very large pearl. And it is as big as an egg. Have you ever heard the pearl as big as an egg? It's hard to find. So it's hard to find, and it is very beautiful. He set out the nearest town. To sell it. He needed money urgently because his baby was stung by scorpion. You got the background from the first paragraph? Have you got the background from the first paragraph. The news that Kino had found the pearl of the world swept the town. Every man suddenly became related to Kino's pearl, and it went into the dream, wish, need, rust, and let me see, hunger, hunger of everyone. Only one person stood in the way. That was Kino. So curiously, he became every man's enemy. This novel was written by this famous person. He vividly described he vividly described he vividly described the situation, what happened. Everybody became the enemy. Everybody became the enemy of Kino. Here, I would like pay attention. Here, I would like pay attention to a few words. Every man suddenly became related to Kino. It went into, here's the important word. Here's the important word. The dream, wishes, dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and hunger of everyone. These pearls, these pearls, these pearls went into dream. These pearls went to dream, the dream, wish, needs, lust, and hunger of everyone. Only one person stood in the way, and that was only one person stood in the way. Only one person stood in the way. That was Kino. So curiously, he became every man's enemy. The word, the word, the pearl of the world, the pearl of the world Kino find is the as big as big as egg, as big as the egg, and suddenly Kino stood in the way, and he became everybody's enemy. Here's some of the emotion words. The emotion word, it is hunger. I give you a few words. Hunger. Any other word? Dream, wishes, need, lust, needs, lusts, and hunger of everyone. And hunger of everyone. And Kino stood in the way, and that one person stood in the way, and Kino stood in the way. Are you going to curious? Are you going to feel curious? You're going to feel surprised. Why Kino became the enemy of everyone? Why? He found this beautiful, large pearl as big as an egg. But all of a sudden, Kino became the enemy of everyone. Here I gave a few words. The few word is dream. Everybody dream about Kino's pearl. Dream, wishes, lusts, needs, and hunger of everyone. Let's continue. Why? Why Kino's pearl become the dream, the need, wishes, lusts, and the hunger of everyone? I'm curious too. Think about it. And later on, I'm going to ask you this question. Before Kino reached the reached town, the pearl buyer somehow knew he was coming and were ready for him. Kino walked into the first shop. There were an old man at a table. Good morning, my friend. What can I do for you? I have a pearl, said Kino. A pearl? The Kino buyer said. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at it. The old man heard. The old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl, but he took care not to show his excitement. Not to show the excitement. He looked at it for a moment and then said with sad smile, Why? Why the pearl? Why the pearl as big? The pearl as big as the egg. And when people see that, okay, give me 1 second. Um, yeah, let me see. So the big pearls, Kino, here I have a question. Why the big one, the man, The old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl. Here's a question. Why the old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl? Let's recall what happened just now. I told you. The old man's heart missed a beat. It's very interesting, right? Let's look. Before Kino reached town, the pearl buyer somehow knew he was coming and was ready for him. Before Kino reached the town, the old man have already know he's coming and were ready for him. This guy, before Kino come, he has already know Kino is coming to the town, is ready for him. They are going to meet the pearl for the pearl. Kino walked into the shop. There was old man at the table. When the old man thought Kino was coming to the town and ready for him, it's true. Kino did come to meet him. Kino walked into the first shop. There was an old man at the table. Good morning, my friend. What can I do for you? So, what can I do for you is a sentence. In a store, sometimes people is going to say, what can I do for you? In a hotel, in a shop, use this expression when offer their service to customer. There's another word, the other sentence say, can I help you? Or what can I do for you? Can I help you? And what can I help you? What can I help you? What can I do for you? Can I help you? What can I do for you? Good morning, my friend. What can I do for you? I have a pearl, said Kino. A pearl? The pearl buyer said. Well, let's have well, let's have a look at it. Well, let's have a look at it. The old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl, but he took care not to show his excitement. Took care not to show his excitement. He looked at it for a moment and then said with sad smile, Question, why He had a sad smile. It's big, the, the pearl of the world. The pearl is as big as the egg. But when the old man at the table saw the pearl, he his breath, he missed his breath, he his heartbeat. Here, see how the author said. The old man's heart, the old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat. When he saw the pearl is as big as an egg and beautiful, and he he was not excited. And the author said, I say he pretend not to be excited. And the word use the author, right? The old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat, missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl. Missed a beat. The big pearl as big as egg. He took care not to show his excitement. He took care not to show his excitement. He looked at it for a moment and then said with sad smile. Sad smile, you can also say is bitter smile. It's not happy. Look like he took care to show his excitement. Very interesting and very surprising, right? Why the big pearl, when the old man saw that, he took care not to show his excitement, and he stopped and he stopped and he and the man's heart, the old man's heart missed a beat, stopped a beat. Why? The big one. Now let's continue. Now let's continue. I'm sorry, my friend. It's too large. Nobody's going to buy one like this. It is a pearl of the world. I can give you 1,000 peso. I can give you 1,000 peso. Let me see. Peso. 1,000 peso. 1,000 peso. Okay, so I can give you 1,000 peso for it. No more. I can give you 1,000 peso for it. No more. It's worth 50,000, and you know it. Kino was angry. Kino was angry. Go, show it to other buyer down the street. Or I can ask them to come here if you like. They soon came. They all looked as if they didn't know anything about pearls. the pearl. The first one was tall and thin. He glanced at the pearl and said, I didn't want it. It looks terrible. So here's the picture. This is Kino and the other buyer. Kino and all other buyer. Why this very strange thing happened? It's the pearl of the world. It's as big. It's as big as. It's as big as the egg. It is very beautiful. And when the old man saw it, he missed the old man's heart, missed a beat, and he took care to not to show his excitement. Not to show the excitement. And also, he said it's too large. Nobody is going to buy one. Too large. Nobody is going to buy one like this. The big one, as big as the egg. The old man hold his breath. His heart missed a beat. And he pretended not to be excited. And he take care not to show his excitement. And he said, my friend is too large and nobody wants it. Nobody is going to buy, nobody going to buy one like this. And Kino believed and said, it is the pearl of the world. It's the pearl of the world. And the buyer, the old man said, is only worth 1,000 peso. And Kino thought it was 50,000. And the old man didn't agree. They make the argument. They say on different angle. One said is worth 1,000. The other one said is worth 50,000. And the old man said, go and show it to other buyer down the street. Show to other buyer down the street. And also he said, or I can ask them to come here, or the old man can ask people to come here if Kino would like him to ask the other people to come and see. And the other buyer, the other people came. They came. They soon came. They all looked as if they didn't know. They all looked like they didn't know anything. They didn't know anything about the pearl. The first one was tall. The first one was tall and thin. He glanced at the pearl and said, I didn't want it. It looks terrible. I didn't want it. It looks terrible. Why? Think about the pearl is as big, as big as the egg. It looks so beautiful. The old man, he held his breath. He hid his feeling. He pretended he was not excited. In Arthur's word, he took care not to show the excitement. And also his heart missed a beat. And he said it was 10,000, and Kino thought it was 50,000. And the old man said, um, old man, the first store said, go to show the others down the street, or I can bring other people here. And not too long time, the other people all come here. At that moment, everybody seemed they didn't know anything. It seemed they didn't know anything. And one tall and thin man, he glanced, he looked at the purse and said, I don't want it. I don't want it. It looks terrible. I don't want it. It looks terrible. He said, I don't want it. It looks terrible. It looks like very strange, right? I feel it is very strange too. Why everybody at that moment, it seemed like they don't know anything. Everybody at that moment seemed they don't know anything. And the man, one of the men, he's tall and thin, he said, I don't like it. It looks terrible. I don't like it. It looks terrible. The pearl of the world is as big as the egg. And the tall and thin man take a glance at it, look at look at the pearl, and said, it looks terrible. I don't like it. So we from here, when we read to here, you got some sense about this story. At just now, I mentioned a few words. This pearl, Kino's pearl, bring some of the emotion. The author, the writer, gave us a few words. Dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and the hunger of everyone. Everybody got this feeling. I recap those words again. Dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and the hunger. This feeling and emotion from everybody. Do you have this feeling? Now, I gave you a quick pop quiz, a quick question. If you listen to this story to here, I gave you a quick question. The question is, Imagine yourself as Kino. Imagine yourself as Kino. Imagine yourself as Kino's wife. Imagine yourself as one of the pearls buyer and retell the story. Question. Imagine yourself as Kino. Imagine yourself as Kino's wife. Imagine yourself as one of the buyer and tell me the story and tell me how do you feel. And retell this story. I try to think if I were Kino, I got this big pearl. My son got sick. Probably he want to sell at the higher price as possible to have a happy life and to be to treat to get to pay the money for his son's sake. His son got stung by the scorpion, so he want to have a happy family life, to have money for his family, and also he want to pay the money to the doctor to get a treatment for the son's uh, sickness. This is how Kino think it might be. I still give you some time. You think about it, and what do you retell the story if you're Kino, if you're Kino's wife, and if you're one of these buyer, and retell the story. And I have not finished. I have not finished. It's almost done for this story. Almost done for the story. The next paragraph, the next one. The second one was small and fat. He took out a glass and examined the pearl carefully, and then said with a laugh, I know these things. They are nice to look at, but they will lose their color and die in a few months. This is the second man said. The second man said. And the third man offered 500 peso for it. 500. Too low. The price is too low. Kino said nothing. He took the pearl and left. But he never knew he was followed by a group of men who all had gone with them. That's make me thrill. He would like sell the pearl he found. And he asked one buyer, one buyer, tall and thin. And the other one is short and fat. Let me see. Is that short and fat? Oh, sorry. It's small and fat. And then the third one even offer less, which is 500. 500. And Kino said nothing. He left. Kino said nothing and left. He took the pearl and left, but he never knew he was followed by a group of men with a gun in their hand, who all had a gun with them, with a gun in their hand. This is a really scary story when I read to here. What happened? Why Kino said nothing? He was followed by a group of the men with a gun in their hand. Followed by a group of men who all had a gun with them. Try to think the detail I mentioned. The second guy, who is small and fat, he wore the glasses. He took out glasses and examined the pearl carefully. He examined the glasses. He wear the glasses. Oh, probably not wear. Probably it is. Probably is this kind of glasses. Or probably is this kind of glasses. Probably he used this kind of glasses. He look like the pearl. Not my glasses. So he took out glasses and take out glasses and examine the pearl carefully. Examine the pearl carefully. And then said with a laugh. He take off glasses and examine the pearls and laugh. And then said with a laugh. He said and laughed. I knew this thing. I knew it. They're nice to look at it. It look like they are nice. It look like they are nice. But they will lose their color. They will lose their color. They will lose their color and die in a few months. See? This man, he is small and fat. He took the glasses and examined the pearl, as big as the egg, and said, I know it. They are nice to look at it. It's nice to look at it, but they will lose the color in a few months. And the third man, he offered only 500 peso, even less, Do you remember the first buyer offered 1,000 peso? And Kino thought it was 50,000 peso. And the second one is tall and thin, and he said he didn't like it. He didn't like it. He didn't like it and looks terrible. And the third one, and let me see. And the third one said, the next one said, it it is nice to look at it. It is nice to look at it, but they will lose their color in a few months. And then the next one, the next thing what will happen is the third man offered only 500 peso. And Kino said nothing. He took the pearl away and left. However, he didn't notice he was followed by a group of men who had a gun with them. So this is this part of it. Now we're going to get a few detail. Let me see. Get some detail of this story. Get a few detail of the story. Peso is a kind of money. It was used in Philippines and Latin America. It is kind of money. Okay. And yeah, so this one, I just want to tell you, pearl, I think you know pearl is something like the round, and normally is small like this, very small, and the peso is the pearl of the world, so it was as big as an egg, as an egg. Now, I would like to, I would like to uh, share with you what kind of emotion people have. Dream, dream, wishes, needs, and what else? Lust and hunger. Everybody have this kind of emotion. Everybody have this kind of feeling. So a few sentences I want to give you explanation. The news that Kino has found the pearl of the world swept the world, swept the town. The Kino is a positive, a positive clause, a positive clause. Do you know a positive clause mean? Okay, so giving additional information to the the news. Other noun that are used, other nouns that are used to introduce a positive clause like idea, fact, hope, belief, thoughts. So, a positive, did I pronounce right? A positive clause. The next one I want to explain is only one person stood in the way. To be in one's way is to hinder someone from making progress. To stood in the way. Please don't stand in my way. Don't stop me to do something. Don't stop me, okay? It means to hinder someone, is to hinder someone from making progress, is to hinder someone from making progress, while to be on one's way somewhere means to be going somewhere. Okay. The next one I'm going to share with you, can I help you? So it is for the store or hotel attendant. Normally they say, can I help you? Or what can I do for you? Got this one. What can I do for you? And can I help you? The old man's heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat when he saw the pearl. The old man was so amazed. The old man was so amazed. So amazed when he saw the pearl that his heart missed a beat. The old man's heart missed a beat. Now we're back to the question I ask you. Imagine yourself to be Kino. And imagine yourself to be Kino's wife. And imagine yourself to be one of the buyer. Imagine yourself. Are you going to want to be rich if you got this pearl, the pearl of the world? Do you have any dream, wish, needs, hunger? And how about a wife? And they have a sick son. And now they got this big pearl. Did he want to pay the money to the doctor to cure his son? Was he happy? What he will think about the pearl? And what if you are Kino's wife? And what if you are Kino? And if you are a buyer, would you like to follow Kino with a gun? Would you like to use a glass to examine it and said it looked nice, but it's going to lose the color in a few months? And would you like it looks terrible, you don't like it? Or would you like it is only worth 500? And when Kino take his pearl and left, would you going to follow Kino with a gun in your hand? Okay. Now I'm going to So I want to ask you a few questions. Let me see. Yeah, I think this question I asked you already. If you're Kino, what are going to you can comment in the chat. What do you feel? Comment in the chat. What do you feel? Okay. Probably people might be curious. What happened the next? What happened the next? Let's continue. Let's continue. Oh, I see a friend join. Hi, it is Rock. Hi, Rock. Nice to see you. Welcome to join. And right now, I'm talk about a story which was written by the famous American writer who won the Nobel Prize in 1962. And this is the Pearl is one of his masterpieces. And Kino found a pearl. It's as big as the egg, and lots of amazing story happened. There's people show different. They show their when they see the pearl, they show their face, their action differently. When the old man, the buyer saw it. When another man who is tall and thin saw the pearl, and the small and the fat man saw the pearl, and the next another one saw the pearl, and a group of the people follow Kino. It's very surprised, very strange thing happened at this moment. Now let's continue. Now let's continue. Now let's continue. Ready? When news of Pearl reached the town, what will happen? Let's see. The priest, maybe this is a doctor. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happened when the news of Pearl, when the news of Pearl, when the news of the Pearl reached the town, when the news of the Pearl reached the town, when the news of the Pearl reached the town. A tongue is like an animal. See, a tongue is like an animal. A tongue was a nervous system, a head, shoulder, and feet. A tongue is quite separate from the tongue is quite separate from all other tongue, so that no two tongues are alike. And a tongue has a whole emotion. How news travel through a tongue is a mystery not easily solved. News, news, news seem to move faster than small boy can run to tell it. Faster than woman can shout it over the fence. Here is another paragraph to describe the environment. The tongue. The background of the tongue. What does the tongue? Why the tongue is like an animal? And let's see how the Nobel Prize winner described the tongue. How the Nobel Prize winner described the tongue. Let's see. A tongue is like an animal. When we talk about an animal, the animal has a brain, the nerve system. A tongue has a nerve system, a head, shoulder, and feet. So a tongue is like an animal. A tongue, because the animal has a head, the nerve system. The tongue have the body and have the feet. And the tongue has a shoulder. Tongue has a shoulder. Head, shoulder, head, shoulder, and feet. A tongue is quite separate. A tongue is quite separate. A tongue is quite separate from all other tongues. A tongue is quite separate from all other tongues. A tongue is quite separate from all other tongue. Every tongue is different from the other tongue. The author said is quite separate from all other tongue. Every tongue are different. How news travel through tongue is a mystery, not easily solved. The news travels through a tongue. The news travels from tongue is a mystery not easily solved. News seem move faster than small boy can run to tell. See this wonderful sentence. See this wonderful sentence. See this wonderful sentence. News seem to move faster. News seem to move faster. News seem to run faster than small boy. Than small boy can run to tell it. So news run faster than a boy, than the boy can run, than the boy can run to tell it. The boy can run and tell the things, but the news can run faster than the boy can run and tell it. And faster than woman can shout it over the fence. So the fence is the small little thing vertical in the yard, around the yard. So the news can run faster than woman can shout it, over the fence. The woman can shout it, the woman can shout it over the fence. It ran faster than the little boy run to tell it. It ran faster than woman shout over the fence. And every city, every town is different. A tongue like an animal. The tongue has a nerve system because like an animal, like a nerve system, you have a shoulder and have the feet. And the news can travel. Every tongue is different. The how news travels through a tongue is a mystery. Is a mystery not easily solved. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Ready? Before Kino and Juana and the other fishermen had returned to Kino's heart, the whole town was vibrating with the news. Vibrating with the news. Kino had found the pearl of the world. Here, let's try to understand it. Before Kino and Juana and other fishermen had returned, before Kino and Juana and other fishermen had returned to Kino's heart, the whole town was vibrating. The whole town was vibrating with the news. Kino has found the pearl of the world. The whole town was vibrating. So let's go to the first paragraph. A town like the animal and the news travel in their different way. In this town, the news travel faster than small boy run to tell, and faster than woman shout over the fence. And in Kino found the word, the pearl of the world. And when Kino and Juana and the fisherman returned the heart, the whole town was vibrating. The whole town was vibrating with the news. So in this city, this town like an animal. When they returned the heart, whole song was vibrating with the news, because of the news, with the news. Kino found the pearl of the world. It came to the priest. Let's continue. Now let's continue. Before, okay, next one. It came to the priest. walking in the garden, and it put a thoughtful look in his eye and a memory of certain repairs necessary to the church. He wondered what the pearl would be worth, and he wondered whether he had baptized Kino's body and married him for that matter. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little time and think what happened when the news came to priest. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened when the news came to the priest walking in the garden? Think about it. What happened? Baptized. Now let's go back. What happened when the news came to the priest walking in the garden? He put a thoughtful look, a thoughtful look, a thoughtful look in his eyes. And a memory of certain repairs necessary to the church. He would like Kino to pay the repair for the church. And he wondered what the pearl would be worth. And he wondered whether he had baptized Kino's baby, baptized Kino's baby, or marry him for that matter. He started to think to use Kino's money to repair the church, and also he think about the baptized for Kino's baby. When the news come to the priest walking in the garden, and in his eyes, he had a thoughtful look. He had a thoughtful look in his eyes and a memory of the repair of the church, repair for the church. That's very strange. Now, let's continue. Now, let's continue. The news came to the shopkeeper, and they looked at men's clothes and had not sold so well. Let me continue. The news came to the doctor, where he sat with a woman whose illness was age. Though neither she nor the doctor would admit it, and when it was made plain who Kino was. The doctor grew stern and indicious. At the same time, I am his doctor, he said. I am treating his child for a scorpion sting. The doctor's eyes roll upward. The doctor's eyes roll upward. See, the doctor's eyes roll upward. Upward a little, and he thought of Paris. He remembered the room he had lived in there as a great and luxury place. The doctor looked past his aged patient and saw himself sitting in a restaurant in Paris, while a waiter was just opening a bottle of wine. See, um, let me finish that. The news came to those who bought pearl from fishermen, and each one thought how with some capital he could get a new start, to get a new start. The pearl of the world, it stirred up something intimately black and evil in the tongue. It was like the scorpion or like a hunger when you smell food, or like loneliness when love is withheld. The tongue swelled and puffed with pressure of it. See the author write in a very vivid way. It make you can picture what happened. The questions, questions. The news, the news, what happened when the news came to the shopkeepers? What happened when the news came to the shopkeepers? What happened when the news came to the doctor where he sat with a woman whose new illness was age? And what happened? The news came to those who bought pearls from fishermen. What happened? Think about it. What happened? When the news when the news came to the shopkeeper, when the news came to the shopkeeper, and what happened when the news came to the doctor, and what happened when the news came to the fisherman who bought his pearl, who bought pearl from fishermen. Oh, the news who what news what happened when the news came to those who bought pearl from fishermen? What happened? The businessman bought the pearl from fishermen, and they want to buy the pearl from Kino. And what happened when the news came to those group of people? And try to imagine. Let's try to imagine. Let's try to imagine. When the news came to the shopkeeper, they look at the clothes they have not sold out. They look at those clothes, all the men's clothes that have not sold so well. Have not the men's clothes had not sold so well. When the news came to the doctor, when the news came to the doctor, at that moment, the doctor was taking care of the lady who was aged. And he tried to imagine the waiter served him in a restaurant. He also think about the luxury house in Paris. The luxury house in Paris. And the news came to those who bought pearls from fishermen. And what happened? Each of they thought how with some capital they would get a new start. They thought they are going to be rich. They're going to use the money from this the pearl of the world. The pearl of the world. They want to have a new start. They want to have a new life. It stirred up something intimately black and evil in the town. They start up the evil in the town. Even worse. It was like the scorpion, or like a hunger, or like the hunger you smell food, like loneliness when love is withheld. The tongue swelled and puffed. The tongue became crazy, swelled and puffed with the pressure of it. Some people want to have a new start. And some people, the doctor look and try to imagine, and he imagined his luxury house in Paris, and a waiter served him in a restaurant. You can see it's a really amazing thing. It's a really amazing thing. And now the question back to you again. Can you tell me the story if you are Kino? You were Kino. And if you were Kino's wife, and what are you going to do if you were the people who would like to buy the pearl from Kino, the fisherman? Think about it. Now, I'm going to ask the thing in detail. What it meant a tongue is like an animal. Why the tongue is like an animal? A tongue like an animal. It have the nerve system, the shoulder, and the feet. And the message, the news, traveled different tongue in different way. And the news here, it travel faster than the boy run to tell it. The news travel faster than the woman shout over the fence. This news like an animal. The next question. The next question. What did the priest think of when he heard Kino's purr? The Kino, when the news came to the priest walking, when the news came to the priest walking in the garden, it put a thoughtful look in his eyes, a thoughtful look in his eyes. And also a memory of the repair of the church. You want to Kino pay the money for the church. And also he think about the baptizing, whether he had a baptizing Kino's baby. Whether he had baptizing Kino's baby. And when, let me see, the next question. Why did the shopkeeper interested in the news? The shopkeeper, when the news came to the shopkeeper, they look at men's clothes that has not sold so well. They think about their business clothes not sold so well, probably by the pearl of the world. This news, and the Kino had the pearl of the world, and this can help him to do the business and make more money because right now he has a clothes not sold not so well. Sold not so well. Sold not so well. Now let's see what is the next question. Was the doctor interested? Was the doctor interested? Why? The doctor yes, the doctor was interested in this news too. And he want to make more money, and he think about the luxury place, the great and the luxury place. He remember the room he had lived in. There's a great and a luxury place. There, here, Perry, okay. The doctor's eye rolled upward a little, and he thought of Paris. He remembered the room he had lived in there as a great and a luxury place. The doctor looked past his aged patient and saw himself sitting in a restaurant in Paris while a waiter was just opening a bottle of wine. A waiter was serving him. So the next question, what did the pearl buyer think of? Do you know what the pearl buyer think of? The pearl buyer, each one thought how with some capital he could get a new start. They want to use the money. They want the pearl can sell and then get a lot of money. They want to have a new start with the pearl. So they are very excited. They they were very interested in the pearl too. Now the next question. Did the Kino's pearl call up good thing in the town or bad? From this story, I didn't see anything good thing call up. I didn't see anything call up. Did the Kino's pearl call up good thing in the town or bad? Did any yes? Did good thing? Okay, so this question is: did Kino's pearl call up good thing in the town or bad? Call up good thing or bad? So the answer should be call up the bad thing, not good thing. Call up bad thing, not good thing. So that is this story. I read this story with pressure. I read this story with tension. I feel very dangerous. I feel very risky to have the pearl. The Kino has a pearl in his hand. I feel it is a very dangerous thing because it call up the bad thing in the town. It call up the bad thing in the town, not a good thing. It call up the bad thing in this town. So I see somebody there. Welcome to John. So have you ever read The Pearl before? This story, I read it a long time ago. So now I came to my parents' house, I found the book, and then I share with you and read it again. And welcome to John. So have you ever read this story before? Now let's get something more about this story. Now let's get something more about this story. So This story is a novel by John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck. He is the Nobel Prize winner in 1962. In 1962. Let me see who joined. Oh, let me see. Oh, that's true. I went to sleep yesterday and I was very tired. Oh, welcome the show. Today I show another exciting story. It's part of the story. It's not the whole. This story was written by Nobel Prize winner. His name is John Steinbeck, and he is an American writer, very famous. And he was born in 1902, and he died. Let me see when he died. And he died. He died in 1968. He is a Nobel Prize winner in 1962. And he has a lot of masterpieces. And this one is one of it. The, the novella's name called The Pearl. The story describes Kino is a fisherman, and he found a big pearl as big as an egg. It is so beautiful, extremely beautiful. It is the pearl of the world. And he is so excited. And he and his wife are very happy. And their son was stung by scorpion. And their family had no money to get a treatment from the doctor because they have no money. Luckily, fortunately, now they have the pearl. The word of the pearl is so beautiful. And they have this. Yes, they want to cure the sun. And the news that Kino got the pearl of the world, the news came to the town. The news swept, you know, the author, the writer use good words. When I say just now, when I use my word, I say the news came to the town. And when I go back to read the book, it says the news swept the town, swept the town. It's really good things. Every time I do this one, I always feel they are so good. I don't like my word, I like theirs. Swept the town. And every man suddenly became related to the pearl. Everybody suddenly related to the pearl. It went to everybody related to the pearl. It went to, I gave you a few words. It's Kino found the pearl. It's not other people. But once the news came to the town, everybody seemed to relate it to the pearl. And it swept the town. It swept the town, every corner of the town. Everybody seemed to relate it to the pearl. And it went into, here are a few words. It went into the dream, the wishes, needs, lusts, and the hunger. Everybody seems so excited because of the news swept the town. But do you know, it is Kino found the pearl. How everybody are so excited for the news, so excited. And it went into the dream, everybody's dream, everybody's wishes, everybody's needs, lusts, hunger for everybody. So strange. Why? What happened? Okay. And that day, and Kino is going to go to the town. This news swept the town, came to the town. Now Kino come to the town. Okay. And the first shop he visit, there's a man, old man inside it. And when he saw the big, the pearl is as big. You know the pearl is small, but this pearl is as big as egg. When the old man see the pearl, he take care not to show his excitement. It seemed like it's nothing, but in his heart, he's so excited. And also, he missed his heartbeat. His heart missed a beat. And also, he pretend not excited. Pretend not excited. And then he told Kino, it is worth 1 peso. And because this pearl is so big and so beautiful, it's the pearl of the world. And Kino said it was 50,000 peso. And the old man told Kino it's not worth that much. He only paid 1,000, no more. And you can go the buyer, the old man said, you can go down the street, and also you can call everybody here to see how much the pearl worth. And soon all the people come, lots of people come, they came to see the pearl. The first man is tall and thin, and he said, it is ugly. It looks ugly. I don't like it. It's ugly pearl. Looks terrible. It's terrible. And he will not buy it. And then it's terrible. You know, okay, let me see what you write. Oh, 1 peso is a little money. Okay, 100 peso. 100 peso is a little money. And the first tall man said, it is terrible. It looks terrible. the pearl looks terrible, and it I I don't like it. It looks terrible. So it's so strange. Um, and also all the other people, they look at the pearl as if they don't know anything. They know nothing about the pearl. They don't know the pearl. They don't know anything about the pearl. And one tall and thin guy glanced at the pearl and said, "I don't want it. It looks terrible. It looks terrible." And the second one was small. The second man was small and big and fat. He looked out a glass and examined the pearl. I think it's like this. This glass. They look out a glass. It's not. I'm not sure. Is this glass? Is this glass or this glass? Probably this glass. Okay. They look out the glass. They look out a glass and examine. Maybe when they use examine, maybe this glass like this. I'm not sure what glass. They look out a glass and examine the pearl carefully, and then said with a laugh, said with a laugh, "I know these things, they are nice, and it's nice to look at it, nice to look at it, but they will lose their color in a few months." It says look like it's not good. It's going to lose a color soon. And the third one said it only worth 500 peso. Kino said nothing, and he left with the pearl. But he never know he was followed by a group of men who had a gun with them. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It seems it's very strange. And then I go to this part of the story. I go to this part of the story. When the news came, when the news of a pearl reached the town, when the news of the pearl reached the town, what will happen? A tongue like the animal. The animal has the nerve system, their head. The tongue have the shoulder, the tongue have the body, and have the feet. The tongue have the head, shoulder, and the feet. When the news happened, when the news came, swept the city, swept the town. How the news traveled, every town is different. And in this town, the news traveled very fast. It traveled faster than a boy run to tell. When you want to tell a news, it travel faster than a little boy run and tell. It run faster than a woman shout over the fence. The fence, a vertical thing, right? Like the little stick put together, like a bush or a little thing. The news travel faster than the woman shout over the fence. And now the author writing this way. It gave a few examples. When the news came to the priest walking in a garden, and when the news came to the bookkeeper. And what happened? And the news came to, and the news came to, the news came to the doctor. What the doctor will do. And the news came to the fisherman. Let me see. Okay, the news came to those who bought the pearl from fishermen, to the buyer. What are they going to think? Do you want to know what happened? Here, I want to ask you a question. When you live in this town, what are you going to think if the news came to you? It is the pearl of the world. What are you going to think? What are you going to behave? Are you going to follow Kino with a gun? Are you going to follow Kino with a gun? Let me see, what do you write? Oh, very dangerous. uh, 1,000. Yeah, very dangerous. Yes, beautiful. 10,000 is little money. Yes, we use the word swept. No money, yes. And very dangerous. Rumor traveled fast. And this is a news. It's not a rumor. Oh, is a news, because it is the word, is a pearl of the world. And Kino came to this town. I want to sell it. And everybody started to be very excited. Now I'm going to share with you what happened when the news came. I'm not going to follow. Follow Kino with a gun. Follow Kino with a gun. Okay, let's see what will happen. When the news, again, the news travel very fast. The town like a, like a human being, like an animal, The author said like animal, with a nervous system, with a shoulder and a foot, and with the feet. And the news travel very faster. Every town is different. And in this city, the news travel faster than the boy run to tell, and travel faster than the woman shout over the fence. And when the news travel to the priest walking in a garden, and he has a thoughtful look over his eye, thoughtful look in his eye, and a memory of the repair of the church. And also he think, if Kino's boy has been baptized, Kino's baby has been baptized. He think about it. He think about the church need to be repaired, and the church need money, and the pearl might, how much the pearl worth, and the money can be used to repair the church. And also Kino's baby, if Kino's baby has already been baptized, and this thing should related the pearl is related to him. It look like right now the pearl is related to him. You remember I gave you 5 words? The 5 word is dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and what is the last one? And the hunger. People hunger. And this is the priest happen. This is what happened on the priest. Now is what happened for the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper looked around the clothes not sold well. The clothes not sold well, and Kino's pearl probably can be used, and he will be rich too. He started to dream of Kino's pearl. This is what happened on the shopkeeper. Now let's continue. What the doctor? When the news came to the doctor, what happened to the doctor? As a doctor, what happened to the doctor? At that moment, the doctor was doing the treatment to an old lady. And when he heard the news, he started to imagine the life in Paris. And also he dreamed about the great and the luxury place. And also he think about he was served by the waiter in the restaurant. Wow, so beautiful. Why? It's Kino's purse. Very amazing. Yes, you're not going to follow up. Yes, you're not going to follow up. It is really, really amazing things. Okay, and can you imagine? Can you imagine what what? I mean, when I say imagine, can you picture when the doctor are working is he's try to doing the treatment for the lady, the aged lady, and what happened on him? Can you picture it? Can you picture it? He dream about, he think about the Paris and the luxury and a great place, and he was served by the waitress in the restaurant. Now let's continue. Can you, what happened? Can you, when the news came to the news came to the businessman, the buyer. Can you imagine when the news came to those who bought the pearl from a fisherman? They start to think their life is time, their life is going to have a new start, a new beginning. Life, there's new beginning in a life. It's really amazing. All the city, seem differently. And the pearl of the world, it stir up something infinitely black and evil in the tongue. It stirs the black and evil in the tongue. Evil in the tongue get stirred. It was like a scorpion Or like a hunger when you smell food. The hunger smell the food. It's like loneliness. It's like loneliness when love is withheld. The tongue swelled, the tongue swelled, and puffed, puff or puffed, puffed. Let me try. Let me see. Puffed or puffed. I want to pronounce wrong. Let me see. Oh, puffed, puffed, puffed. The city was swelled and puffed. New beginning. Oh, let me see. What did you write? Yes, it was very amazing. And a new beginning is the best because, and even the buyer, every buyer, those buyer, they feel the life, the new beginning is ready, is starting. And the tongue swelled and puffed, swelled and puffed with the pressure of it. So just now I have already asked a question. Now I'm going to ask you again. You got this story. Let me ask you again. What what do you think based on this story? If you are Kino, can you if you were Kino, can you retell this story? Probably if you were Kino, you're going to say, I am so excited. I got the pearl as big as the egg, and so beautiful. And my son was sick, was stung by the scorpion, and I want to sell this. I want to sell this pearl and exchange the money and have a good life and a happy life and have the life with the money and also have the money pay the doctor and the life change. Is that what you think? And my question is, if you were Kino's wife, what are you going to think? Is that the same as Kino think? Probably you're going to dream. So I gave a few words again. Dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and hunger. Are you going to have this feeling too? Maybe no lust, right? No lusts. Okay. And the other thing is, if you were those who bought pearl from fishermen, what are you going to tell this story? Probably you're going to think you start to be rich. You're going to be very rich. You have a new life, a new beginning too. Probably you think this way. Now let's ask specific. I talk about about them already. Now I'm going to ask you again. Let me ask you again. So if the news came to the town, when the news came to the priest, what happened? Do you remember? When the news came to priest, what happened? Also, I'm going to ask I'm going to ask, what is meant a tongue? A tongue is like an animal. A tongue is like an animal. It means a tongue like an animal, it have a nerve system, which is a head, shoulder, and the feet. When the news come, the tongue like an animal is going to tell the story, it's going to travel, the news is going to travel faster than the boy run and tell. It it runs faster than a woman shout cross the fence. So that means when the news come, the tongue like the animal, it can tell faster than a boy can tell, faster than a woman shout over the fence. So why? What does it mean? The tongue is like the animal. And what happened? The priest, when the news traveled, reached to the priest. When when the priest heard Kino's when the priest heard Kino's pearl, what did the priest think of? What did the priest think of when he heard Kino's pearl? What does it happen? So he started to have the thoughtful look in his eye, a thoughtful look in his eye, and the memory of the repair of the church. And if Kino's baby has been baptized, and everything the pearl is going to relate it to his work and his life. And the next thing I want to ask you, why were the shopkeeper interested? Why the shopkeeper interested in the news? The shopkeeper interested in the news is because he looked around the clothes not selling so well. And then it seemed like everybody linked to Pearl. Everybody are related to everybody related to the Pearl. It's amazing, right? Do you feel it is amazing, right? Okay, here. Is it amazing, right? Let me see who joined. Say hi. Water. Oh, water. Hi, water. Nice to see you. Yeah, right now we are talking about um, the Nobel Prize winners story, the Pearl. It's very dangerous. He was followed by a group of people with a gun. And if you want to know more, let's continue. It was followed by the people with a gun. Why? And then the next one, the was a doctor interested? What was a doctor? Yes, it's amazing. Was a doctor interested in the news? Yes. Here I want to say, when you say yes, the show. If I wrote this story, probably it's very short. I want to find, and people are very let's say the normal people write this story. It's going to say, oh, I got this. I want to treat my kids. He got a stung by the scorpion. I want to use the money, but when I go to the store and the people said it's cheap, and then a lot of bad people follow me. So probably it's a story like this. But when the story was written by Nobel Prize winner, his name is John. Is John? Is John? Try it. Let me see his name. Um, okay, here. Um, Steinbecker. Steinbeck. So when the story was written by the Nobel Prize winner, it's written in different way. Wow, the city like the animal, and the priest with a thoughtful look in his eyes, and a memory of repair of the church, and the doctor imagined he was served by the waiter. You see how he write. And also the city, the town, like the animal with a nervous system, it had the feet, the news can run. It ran very fast. It ran to the doctor, it ran to the priest, it ran to the buyer, it ran to the shopkeeper. When it run, everybody looks different. When it run the not bookkeeper, when it run the shopkeeper, it look at, oh, so many clothes and so many things, so many books have not been sold out. And then it's a good chance have a new start. And when the news run to the black and last, let me see, run to the black. Let me see what the word the author used. Oh, run to the black and the evil. When I run the black and the evil, when I run the black and the evil, and it look like scorpion or hunger when they smell food. It like a scorpion or hunger smell the food. See? And will the doctor interested in the news? Yes, because he imagined he's very rich and live in a luxury big place and they have a happy life. And what did the burgers buyer think of? They think they have a new start. And the black and the evil, just like the scorpion, it like the hunger smells the food, and also like loneliness when love is withheld. And did the keynote pearl, the next one, what did the pearl's buyer think of? Did the keynote pearl call up good thing in the town or bad thing? So did the news call up good thing or bad thing in the town? So is a good thing, greedy, is greedy, a good thing, happiness? Oh, probably you will say call up the bad thing. And everybody, I'll try to use this 5 word again. Everybody start to dream, wish, need, lusts, and hunger. Everybody want a new beginning. So this is a story for this one. And let me see here. Let me see, what did you write? Yes. Okay, yes, you're good, right? Thank you. Yes, so that's a really interesting. So probably, do you want to know eventually is his son was stung by the scorpion, and Kino want to cure his son and pay the money to the doctor, and the doctor didn't do the treatment because Kino and his family has no money. And after here, do you want to know what happened next? Do you want to know what happened? What is the final result for this story? Good thing. Oh, call up a good thing? Oh, I thought it's call up a better thing. We have a different answer. Yeah, okay, probably you're joking. Okay. So I will give you a little beginning, but the ending story, let's give you a little background for this story, but the ending probably I will keep it and tell you next time. The short story by John Steinbeck. The Pearl it was published in 1947. It's a novel by John Steinbeck. It's based on Mexican folk folktale about a poor pearl driver named Kino, whose life is an upended after the discover a massive, perfect pearl. It's as big as egg and a beautiful, beautiful pearl. The pearl promises a better life, but instead brings greedy, scorpion, and a tragedy to his family. Do you want to know what happened at the end? The result? What happened? I want to know. Yeah. Um, probably, um, do you remember fast and slow story? Philosophy. One word you know now, actually you learn less. And the slow might be faster. Like today, after we learn it, the news swept the tongue. If I just give you the news, can you not know anything? No, you don't remember anything. I will not remember anything either, okay? And once we talk slow, the priest had a thoughtful look in his eyes. Thoughtful look. And the black and the evil, what happened? Just now I cannot use the evil word. Right now I know. And the new start, new beginning of the life. The buyer start to dream new beginning of the life. Everybody, they have something gone into dream, wishes, needs, lusts, and hunger. And when the evil heard the news, the evil, it looked like a scorpion. The evil look like the people who are hunger smell the food. See how they use. If I use, oh, they want to, like, not I mean, normally people say, oh, when I heard the news, I talk about the evil, okay? They want to say, oh, they might steal it. But right now it's look like I see what is the word they use. It look like a scorpion, like the hunger when he smell the food. Like loneliness when love was withheld. So that's a really amazing writing way and a really amazing story. It talk about the psychology, the people, what is the inside, what do they think, and that's really amazing. So I will tell you the things, and we together go over this Nobel Prize winners novel, the story noveler, and see what happened. And from this, we're going to know life. Psychologically, we know the call up good thing and a call up bad thing. The good thing, good and bad. They want to cure his son's disease. You know, he was stung by the scorpion. It's good and bad things, right? Um, and greedy, the bad thing too. So probably um, we can talk next time. We talk more detail, see what exactly happened and exactly what is the action. Because right now when we read, it's not reading anymore. We are look like we are watching the movie. Again, the thoughtful look in the eye. Thoughtful look in the eye. Yeah, so they usually are good things. I really touched by the way they write. I'm so I got so touched by the story, and also I'm touched by the way um the guys in the writer's name is John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck. So I was touched. Let me see. I want to know. Okay, so I think today we stop here. It when I read this, when I talk about this, I have tension, I have stress, I start sweating, I feel dangerous, I feel lonely, I'm hopeless, and the people follow me with a gun. I really feel uncomfortable. So it's really amazing story. It make me feel this way. If they write in the ordinary way, probably I will not feel anything. So that's why he's a famous writer, American writer, and he's a famous Nobel Prize winner in 1962. And he was born in 1902 and he died in 1968. So that's a story. And I think so. If anybody is still here, comment in the chat. Where are you watching from, and what is your time in your place? And also, don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Okay, comment in the chat and give more love and give more love in the chat. And we are going to this to be continued. The reason I do this way, I can quickly get one sentence, give you the result. I don't want to give the way. I want to know what happened in detail, just like watch a movie. I don't want to lose this great opportunity. Right now, I want to dig out what happened in detail. I don't want to only know the outline. I just want to know more detail and what is the fate for Kino's family. I want to know more about it. So, um, uh, so much pressure when I do this today. And before, don't forget to comment and subscribe too. Okay, share and comment and like. So before we end, I would like to share the light, delight, happy, the poem with happiness and love. Uh, I want to finish this live stream with tension and pressure, so I want to with a love. So so This time I'm going to do the third verse. The third verse. American Los Angeles. Oh, you're 12 o'clock. So it's good I'm going to finish very soon. So you will have good sleep. It's not too late. And also we are going to continue later. And right now, I want to get a light thing, not a too heavy thing. I feel stressful. I feel stressful and I a little tired too. Let me drink a little. So I'm going to go over the third verse of the Red Red Rose. Try to take the love here in a poem. Till all the sea gone dry, my dear, and the rock melt with the sun. Till all the sea gone dry, you know the sea is going to all the sea gone dry, the rock in the sea and the rock melt with the sea, with the sun, till all the sea gone dry, till all the sea gone dry, my dear, till all the sea gone dry, my dear, and the rock melt with the sun. The rock melt with the sun. Oh, I will love thee still, my dear. Oh, I will love thee still, my dear. While the sands of life shall run. The sands of life shall run. So, can you get what does it mean? So here I want to explain the meaning. Okay. So here, while the sands of life shall run. Here, sands of life shall run. It means sands of my life. Sands of my life shall run. Or the sands of man's life shall run. Life, not a son's life, the sands of my life shall run. Okay, so let's repeat. I gave you this explanation. Okay, now till all the sea gone dry, till all the sea gone dry, my dear, and the rock melt with the sun. And I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. Okay. The number 4 verse. And fair are thee will, and fair, and fear, and fear thee will, my only love, and fear thee will, my only love, and fear thee well, well. Well, I want to explain. And fear thee well, well. It means the beautiful moment is very short. Let's cherish. And fare thee well, well. Though it were 10,000 miles. Although, okay, though it was 10,000 miles, and I miss one sentence. And I will come again, my dear. I miss this one. And I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. And I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. Although it's 10,000 miles, and I will come again, my love. Okay. Now, I'm going to recite. This is the number 3 and the number 4. 3 and number 4 verse. Now I'm going to recite number 1 and 2 before we end this session. Anybody still there? Comment in the chat. Anybody? Oh, and my friend is here. Let me see. Hey, hi, my friend. Fact. Hi, Fact. I remember you do the flute. So your flute is amazing. Welcome to John. We talk a wonderful story, very exciting with dangerous and make me stressful, sweating and scared and afraid of the people killed me. And the story right now we stop here. It's to be continued story. So that's amazing story. And right now before we end, I share with you and whoever here, I share with you the first 2 words. I recite the a red rose. I'm gonna recite it. A red rose. Oh my love, like the red rose that's newly spawned in June. Oh my love, like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. And fair art thou, my dear love, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the sea gone dry. So this is the first 2 verses I read it for you. So before we finish it, don't forget to hit like, by the way. So I'm gonna sing the first verse, my own composition, and wish you have a wonderful day and a wonderful night and a good dream. Oh, my love, thee a red. Oh, my love's like a red rose that newly sprung in June. Oh, my love, the melody. Oh, my love's like the melody that sweetly play in tune. Hopefully our story, like the red rose, still sweetly played in tune. Although it's dangerous, it's a thrilling story, still make you feel a red rose, like the red rose that's newly spawned in June. Oh my love, like the red rose that's sweetly played in tune. I think that's over. Let's see what you write. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful voice. Oh, yes. Today we have an amazing story. This story, it was written by a Nobel Prize winner. It's an amazing story, and I talk a long time, and I really enjoy talk about it. And the news, when the news swept the town, everybody change the dream, wishes, lust, needs, and hunger. And people follow Kino with a gun. So what is that? What happened? And a priest, doctor, priest, doctor, shopkeeper, and the dark, black, and evil. Everybody change. everybody change. So everybody link the story and they start to dream and start to want to have a new life. So I think that so anything so if you want to know the story and you can go back to hear this story and we talk and also we share the story, the background of the story, and also I have the question to ask you to communicate with me to give me the feedback about this story, and also I have a communication with my audience. That's a really amazing, amazing experience. It's amazing experience, and since this story is a little thrill, make me feel sweating. I sweat a lot. I sweat a lot, and then I sing a song I composed. I get a little refresh, and a nice uh, atmosphere. And before we end, and any other questions? So go back to see my story, and if you want to know more, and also this to be continued. If you want to know more about story, and you can come up the next time. I'm going to come again do the live stream for this story. And any other questions? You lead. Uh, any other questions? So it's nice to spend time with you. It is a wonderful moment. Come in the chat and where are you from and what's the time in your area and which country are you watching from, your place, and also share your thought and we learn together, we work together, we support together each other, and don't forget comment, like, share. Any other questions? Yeah, thank you for spending time with us. I'm glad you joined us. Welcome to join. You are so welcome, and you are always welcome. I'm glad to have you as my friend. I'm glad to have a friend. I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely anymore. I feel happiness, and also the book is a key to live a happy and successful life. And we enjoy the wisdom, we enjoy the literature, the amazing amazing, famous literature story, the story in the literature history, in the literature history. Yeah. So anything else? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Facts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, fact, right now I travel from US. I will stay. I travel from US to China and stay with my parents. I will while here. So piano, lots of things, not much chance to do it. But I still have a keyboard here. I still can play. But I will take opportunity to share the book I studied a long time ago. And before I went to US, I have lots of book. Uh, this is the book I study, and this is the book I study, and I got a lot of book. And when I find a lot of book, and then I take opportunity to live stream the book I study and live stream my experience and my daily life, and it's a real life, it's a real food and a real feeling, and real book I study. It's not the new book, it's the book I study. However, I still dig out a lot of new things. So all the things I dig out a lot of new things. Long time ago when I studied, I don't have so much feeling. At that time, I'm so young. When I study, probably I don't understand. I don't understand the human being so greedy with a gun follow Kino. I don't understand. And right now, I gradually understand a lot. So I dig out new things in the older things. So that's a really amazing experience. Any other things? Eh? Oh, the new people join in. So oh, that's a Rush. Is a say hi. Oh, it's a Russian writing. You're writing in Russian. I couldn't pronounce it. Uh, yeah. So welcome to June. So the new people join in. So if you want to know the story, just now I share the wonderful story. If you want to know, you can go from the you can watch it and try to catch what happened. And this story was written by Nobel Prize winner. His name is John John Steinbeck. So this amazing story and. Welcome to John. So the new people, if you want to, if you don't mind, comment in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? And the time in your area and share with us and watch the if you want to know more and you check my channel and if you want to know this story and you can go from beginning to check what it talk about and also you can check our communication so when we get a feedback and communicate it's more than story. There's a friendship, and also there's a lot of our love and love and communication, and the feeling, the emotion. You can feel. So welcome to June. So any other questions? So let me see. Yeah, also I put my best selling book here. I forget to mention. So if you want, you can check in detail. And it's good when you want to do you want to success in music? So this book just right for you. So success in music made simple. And also I wrote other book, other book. So I will not talk more. So this all the book I wrote. So this is the best selling book best-selling book. So, so I changed the location. So I have wrote a lot of book. So, so I think that's all for today. Okay, I think it's that's all for today. Um, thanks for watching. Before you leave, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good joy. Have a good dream. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.